So I thought I'd redo my coming out video and post it with the coming out archives. You know, just get it out there with everybody else's story. Where to begin? Well, from a very young age, I knew that there was an attraction to guys there, and I didn't understand it at first. I denied it for a long time that there was any attraction, but it was there, and it was the earliest attraction I can remember is grade 3. Grade 3, I really liked a boy in my class, but you know, very, very confusing times, and I never really admitted to myself that that's just the way it was and that I was gay until about grade 7. And with admitting to myself that I was gay, it really took a toll on me. I went through a pretty rough time through grade 7 and grade 8. I mean, grade 7 I admitted to myself, and then grade 8 I started looking around me and looking at all the hate that's you know, for no reason, we're subjected to, and it threw me off the deep end. I went through a really rough time, but I decided that I needed to talk to someone, and I was thinking about telling a few people, but I felt most close to my sister at the time, and I thought, well, I should tell her, because I knew she would be accepting. It was never a question whether my sister would be accepting, and I sent her an email about a week before Valentine's Day, and I sent her an email saying that I needed to talk to her. She sent an email back saying, okay, well, my brother's birthday was the weekend, a couple days later, so she sent an email saying, well, I'm coming over for dinner then, so we'll talk sometime on Sunday. And I was like, okay. So Sunday comes, and she comes up to me when we're alone in the room, and she says, well, what do you want to talk about? And I was like, well, I don't really know. And she said, well, is it a girl? And I said, no. And then she said, in a sort of joking way, but she said, well, then is it a boy? And I looked at her in the eyes, and I was like, yeah, I'm gay. And that's how I told my sister, and it was just flat like that. She was very, very accepting, you know. We went out and we talked about once a week for the next few weeks. And that was really good, because I finally had somebody to talk to. I finally had somebody where I could express myself, and I could be completely honest, and I really thrived on that, but it quickly became not enough, because I was sneaking behind my parents' back to go talk to my sister, and I didn't want that. So we set a plan to come out to my whole family. And I always knew my family would be accepting. I mean, we're not really a religious family, and we're very open and honest with each other. I mean, I'd be embarrassed to say some of the conversations we've had at dinner were so open with each other, but so I had a feeling that they would be accepting. I had a very strong feeling, and well, we set a plan. It was 2 months later. It was in May, not in. It was 2 months after February. It was in May, and we set a plan. And on the Wednesday, in about the middle of May, I told my brother, with my sister there. We told my brother, and my brother was fine with it. So then I got my brother to tell his girlfriend, and my sister to tell her boyfriend, who's now her husband. And then the big date was 2 days later, the Friday, when we would tell my mom and dad. I was nervous. I was nervous that whole week, but I think a part of me was focused on the what if they're not accepting, you know. And I didn't really obsess about it, but I was a little bit scared, but the time came and we got everybody in the room. My mom, my dad, and my sister was there too. She helped me come out to my family, and I really appreciated that. But we were all there, and I told them in a few quick sentences. I was like, I'm going through a pretty rough time, and I want some more freedom in my life, freedom to express myself, and I'm gay. And that's all I told them. Just a few sentences, and didn't make a big speech about it or anything. And they were good. They were surprised. I mean, not many people aren't going to be surprised that I'm gay. I'm in no way a stereotype at all. I'm not effeminate. Play sports, and I'm just not a stereotype. And they were shocked. They were very shocked. My mom claims that if I had waited the summer to tell her, that she would have figured everything out, but I don't know. I don't know. She might be lying. I might just be, She's like, oh well, I probably would have figured everything out that summer, but I don't believe that. But I ended up telling my old friend Morgan, who was my next door neighbor, and I've known her since grade 2. And she was very accepting. She was very accepting. She said right off the bat, if you ever need someone to talk to, just call me. So that was good. That was good. So I haven't had any negative coming out yet, which I'm kind of, it's bound to happen. I mean, I'm planning to be completely out soon. My mom and dad are planning to tell my other relatives soon too. But I'm really lucky. I mean, there's no other real way to say it. I'm lucky. Not many people have such accepting parents as I do, and I grow up in an area where gays can legally be married. I mean, I really am lucky, and I understand that. There's a lot of people. I've heard horror stories of when people told their parents, and they're really sad. But I think, looking back, and right now I'm not out at school, but I don't enjoy school, and I don't enjoy hanging out with those friends that don't know about me. I think coming out, whether you have really good experiences or you have really bad, coming out helps you be who you really are. It lets people know who you really are, and I think it makes you feel better as a person. No matter how people treat you, it makes you feel better to not be hiding and to not be living a lie. And I'm gonna face a lot when I come out of my school. It's a Catholic high school, and half of the kids are from farming communities. So it's gonna be a struggle, but I don't know of any openly gay people at my school, so I want to break that barrier. Anyways, that's my coming out story. Or so far, I'll have an update. I'll update when I come out to my school, but that's my coming out story so far. Thanks for listening.